Minecrafters, it's Kimise, and I'm back for another episode of KimiseCraft. So check it out. I have been working hard, and if you watched the last episode, we had just finished making a huge amount of progress on the iron farm after a stream. So let me show you what's been going on. Okay, hey, check it out. It's the iron farm, and what I did is I AFK'd one night, and I'll tell you what, how crazy efficient this system is. I AFK'd just one night, and I got all my villagers. Yes, I got all my villagers for up here. Check it out. These guys are all here. And some of them are angry. I don't know why they're angry. So we got to figure that out. Probably because they haven't been traded. They don't have jobs. And then we got a whole bunch. I've started like putting my library things in. So librarians have started spawning. So just one night of AFK, and I have got all the villagers spawned in. And if you remember, we did something like 87 beds. So there's 87 villagers up here. It didn't take any time at all. So guys, if you're looking to build this farm and you follow the process that I've done so far, not that big of a deal. And I forgot to mention this in the last video, but this video is based off a design by a guy named Hex Regulus. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to his video in the description, so make sure you go ahead and check him out and give him a pat on the back, because it said super easy farm, and he's right, it's a super easy farm to do. And there's lots of them starting popping up, or they're all based off of the same idea. And the basic idea is you got to get a village center built in, and you've got to get a ton of villagers in there so they can start the process of gossiping and creating. And I'll tell you what, in some ways this farm has been easier to me. In a few ways, it's been a lot easier than the classical farms from prior to 1.14, the 1.13 and earlier farms with the doors and everything. I think this was, just as easy to do. And in fact, the worst part about it is I had to go like despawn. I had to go ahead and tear down a bell out of another village, and that was like the worst part of it all to me, is I had to go in there and grab that bell. But other than that, they have built up far. Now, one of the things we have to be aware of is that it does take a while for the gossips, okay, because that's what they're doing, is the gossips have to start building up before you really start to see the performance. So right now, the next part of this, okay, and you see I'm working on it right now, is I'm building the spawning platform. Now I'm going to go ahead and use slabs because, well, because they're easy to count too. And these slabs are going to go all the way here, and we're going to do a 7 by, I guess I'm just going to do a 7 by 35 run on these slabs. Okay, so basically we're going to come all the way out here just like this, and I'm going to build a spawning platform for them. Okay, so basically, yeah, just like this all the way across. Boom, 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 boom. So let's get over here. Good. And I'm going to go down there and get that glass. Okay, so we're going to have workstations all the way across like this. Look, we already have an iron golem. Check it out, already spawned. If that doesn't tell you that this system's going to work, I don't know what will, but that's great. Yeah, just look up and boom, there we got an iron golem, because we got spawning spaces up here now. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to fill this all in, and I'm going to go ahead and build the space. Now I'm going to take that glass off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so up on the roof you can run by, and while the villagers are at their workstations, you can do trades with them, because this is going to be one heck of an awesome trading hall. And I really think that's the value, is if you double this up as not just a iron farm, but as a trading hall, you now have a super powerful trading system in which you can go ahead and look at that guy. Yeah, we need to get him working. A super powerful trading system to get what you need to be successful in the game. In fact, I will wager that I will not have to do hardly, if I do this right, okay, and I get my books done right, I will not have to go and enchant gear other than just using a book to add on what I want to it. Isn't that cool? Very, very cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish building out the spawning area for my golems. Then I'm going to go ahead and encase it in glass, at least on the sides, so we don't have any side spawning area to keep the golems in the chute. And then we're going to make a quick death chamber. In fact, I might start in the death chamber first. That way, as the golems are there, we're taking advantage of the golems that are spawning. So this is super awesome, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get that taken care of, and I think Yeah, I might just go ahead and start with the death chamber. I'm going to go ahead and get that worked out so that we can go ahead and take advantage of the fact that we already have golems spawning and the gossip is working. Very, very cool. I'm super excited about this, guys. So let me go ahead and get some of that done. I'm going to work out my death chamber, and then I'll be back to show you where we're at after we make some progress, okay? So this is Kimise. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Well, guys, I am back, and this thing is like producing so many iron golems. It's crazy. And I still haven't put all the workstations in yet. So let me just catch up to where we were before last. So as I was putting stuff on, all the gossip reached the frenzy point, and iron golems just started spawning everywhere. I mean, look at this. We got guys everywhere. Heck, take a look down here underneath the farm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to like take care of these guys so I can get my spawn rates where they need to be. But look at them. We've got iron golems. Heck, we even got a trader that came by. Hey, Mr. Trader, got anything cool? Ooh, ice. Blue ice. That's always a cool thing. Okay, so check it out. We got golems all over the place. It's wild. We've got our spawning platforms built up now, and we've actually got one that's taking care of them. We've got our kill chamber here, and this is crazy. Like, there's a half a stack of iron there. There's a little bit over a stack, and I've already taken 3 stacks out of it. Yeah. Already have taken 3 stacks out of it, and I haven't even been playing that long. That's how crazy this thing's producing. This is just one layer. I was going to put another layer on top. Wow. Well, it looks like we're going to have plenty of iron for the iron store. I'm going to make an iron store on the server, which is perfect. I still have to come up with some sort of structure to build around this, so it doesn't look like a floating spaceship or anything, but man, it's already starting to look really, really good. So why did I bring you back? Well, I want to show you what the next step is. So we got all this taken care of. We've got crazy amounts of iron golems spawning, but we want to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to try to turn this into a double. I'm trying to use this as a trading hall a trading hall / iron farm. Does that make sense? So I'm not sure exactly how well it's going to work, because right now all the villagers are all spread out all over the place. So it's not like I have them like in separate little rooms. Now that probably would have been a benefit if there's some way for me to kind of like set them up so they stay in their sections. That could possibly be a win there. I'm not sure how I can pull that off. Maybe trap doors or something like that. But anyways, still haven't given up on it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to finish placing the workstations. So that whole other side, all of that is lecterns. So basically I should have a ton of librarians, and I can. So the idea is that out of these librarians, I'm going to be able to get some great book trades, so I won't have to worry about looking for books anywhere, and hopefully I'll have a mending villager out of them, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Now on the sides, I went ahead and put 5 composers on each side, so now I have a total of 10 farmers in there, because farmers are always some of the best trades to get emeralds out, because once you actually get a farm going, a production farm, whether it's melons or pumpkins or something like that, usually you can do quite a bit of trades with it. Now the trading system's entirely different, so I'm not sure how hard that's going to be to get those types of trades often for resetting them and everything, but we're gonna work it out and see how it works. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to put the other types of workstations in that I want to get in here. So for instance, I have 35 spots left, and what I did is I said, okay, I want to have some armorers, I want to have some tool makers, tool guys, and I want to go ahead and have a good selection of weaponsmiths too. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and looked for the different things that's going to give me that. Plus I had a little space left over, so I went ahead and save that space for so these blast furnaces, these are my armors, and we're going to have 10 of these guys. Isn't it great? I can just basically custom or set up my stuff. Now these right here, I believe these are tool stations. No, I'm sorry, I forgot what they're called. These are going to be my tool makers, right? Okay, so I'm going to have 10 of those. So that right there is 20. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. Yepers, just go ahead and go all the way down. Look at those guys. Still all the love is shown from the villagers. Okay, and now I have my grindstones, which are going to give me guess what? They're going to give me my weaponsmiths, I believe. Grindstones will give you weaponsmiths or tools. It's one of the others. Now I had some left over. Now one of the things I often have, and I'm getting ready to make a string farm, is lots of string to trade. So these barrels are going to not only give me a place to store, so if I'm up here trading, I guess if I had access to this, I can use this to store stuff. But it's also going to be perfect. And I'm going to just go add a farmer there at the end. But, you know, once I get my string farm going, I'll be able to come up here and trade string all the day long. So now I've got a huge variety of professions that I'm going to be doing this with. Isn't that awesome? I think it's pretty awesome. Hope I have enough of these. Okay, well, anyways, here's where we're at. So now we have to set up so that these guys get pushed all the way over, and then it's all about making it cosmetically looking pretty awesome because we've got all the spawn spaces available and everything. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the old method right here. I'm going to have to work this over. Let me go ahead and grab a few more things of water here. Okay. I forgot. When you put them up on the second level, they don't really make sources. So that's kind of not going to work for us, but we have a source here. There we go. So let's go back over here. Now, the reason why I'm putting it up a level is that makes it stretch out all the way to... There we go. All the way to 8, all the way to 9 blocks. Now, it automatically does it to 8, but we want to go to 9 because I want to basically make sure that they get all pushed all the way over the edge. Okay. Now, you see I got quite a few of them in here, so I guess you're going to watch what I had to deal with earlier when I was working with this. Let's put one right there. Let's put one right there. There we go. So there we go. That's going to push all these guys over here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set up the next water stream. Okay. Come on, boys. Let's get out. Let's go ahead and move out of the way. There we go. Come on. You don't want in that water. You want to go the other way. Yeah, where I can harvest your iron from you. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is... Since I built it on slabs, I just can't put the water stream on the slabs. That's why I have the glass there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and base the water right off of this. So, yeah, if I had thought about it and then build it out of slabs, I'd be able to do it the other way a whole lot easier. But because of this, I have to take that extra precaution so that I don't have water just flowing down there. So there we go. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and go through and go ahead and add our signs. And I'm trying to keep it exactly looking the same because I don't really want it to be, you know, different on either side. So I'm just going to come here and sneak click and add all my signs. The mobs won't have, the iron golems won't have any problems passing through that. There we go. And I'll tell you what, the new way to do this is just so much easier than before. So like for instance, this farm, I don't think it was any more trouble to make than the classic square door farm, okay? But it yields so much more iron production than the old classic door farm. The old classic door farm, you would get some iron, but not in the rates that I was getting just off of this one level. And I'll tell you what, this was a whole lot easier to build and populate. Now, did it take a lot of resources? Yeah, we had to go get a bunch of wool. Oh, we had to get a bunch of wool. And then to make all the lecterns over there, I had to get a bunch of books. But you could have gone cheap. If you didn't care about trading with them, you could have just done, barrels all the way around, and it would have been that simple, So you don't have to get really complicated, or should I say, you don't have to be nearly as resource intensive as I did for this build. You can actually get away a whole lot cheaper than I ended up doing, and still get a perfectly viable iron farm really quick. Okay. Now my whole goal is I'm going to build a system upstairs so that we can walk over our guys and be able to make trades with them effectively. And that's one of the big things I want to be able to do with this farm. Is I just don't want to be just an iron farm, especially if we're going to have all these villagers here. Because if we're going to have all these villagers here, we might as well take advantage of them, right? I mean, that's my thought. And let's see if we can make a trading farm out of it as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And actually, well, you're seeing it happen. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these signs laid out. Now, I can already tell you right now that in no time at all, we were able to get a stack of iron. So I'm pretty sure that within an hour, supposedly the rates are, if you are AFKing, that means you're letting the day and night cycle just do its natural thing. You're supposed to get about, well, probably get about 215 iron an hour. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of iron. I usually don't have that much iron just sitting around. Okay, so for my server, and actually, since it's not a huge server, that's actually quite a bit of production, because I've only built one level. Okay, so that's about 250 an hour. Now, if you're sleeping day and night, then you should get approximately 500 an hour. Yep, you heard me right. We should get about 500 an hour just out of this one layer right here. Okay. Now, see, they're being kind of ornery now. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some water here to help us encourage them to get out of our way. There we go. Let me go ahead and get some more water here. Boom, boom. Okay, so if we double stack this, and that's the way Hex did in the video, we should get rates of about 500 an hour at AFK or 1,000 an hour if you're actively on the server, right? Which is pretty awesome. I mean, when it's all said and done, I think it's just incredibly neat. Okay, and so that's what we want to do. If the server really has a huge desire for iron and I can't keep up with production, that's what we're going to do next. Is we're going to go ahead and build the second level and get the production to a full set. Let's see. Ooh, I do have enough signs. I was hoping I'd have enough signs. Wasn't sure if I was going to have enough signs to finish this off. And I'll tell you what, as far as dangerous, it's been such a safe... Yeah, that's another reason why I gotta get these all. I'm gonna have to go around here and push all these guys where they go. This has been such a safe project. I mean, aside from just making sure I'm sleeping in the regular mobs, I have not had any trouble with, things going off. Now, I do have this high enough in the sky so that the iron golems won't search for spawning spaces on the ground. That's one of the things that we want to make sure we did. All the iron golems you saw on the ground earlier just fell off of this thing as I was working on it. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's just absolutely crazy how many iron golems so far. Oops. Okay, as long as he doesn't come after me. Sorry, guy. Now, I also noticed another issue is that water stream doesn't quite push them all off. So I might have to... I'm thinking about how I can rework that so I can get that to be more efficient. And here we go. This is the last sign for me to put here in our stream. And boom, we have an active farm that's all ready to go. Check it out. We have a ton. But you know what ends up is they get pushed down. They end up getting pushed over anyways. So at the most, you might have four guys sitting over there. And yeah, it's not a terrible thing. Not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. Yep, there goes one right now. And whew, and here these guys come. So what I need to do is I need to get these guys pushed off. And that's probably one of the next steps I need to make. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right there. So I can come over here and let's see if we can't get these guys nudged off into the stream. That way we can get these guys off the roof here and we can increase our production. Nice. Not a problem. He really worked with me there. Ooh. I'm glad that they don't mind you pushing them. There we go. Let's get, so now those guys are in the stream. We should be all good. Now, I'm still not sure how I want to do this. Okay, like for instance, I could set it up so that this is my walkway here. So as you're trading, you have a door right here, pop it open, trade, pop it open, trade. I think that might be a really good method in doing that. And since iron golems only need a 3 high space, we can probably cover this up like this and not affect our spawning. I believe that would work that way. Yeah, Okay, and so then we can have this nice walkway. You come down here, you trade with this guy. You come down here, you trade with this guy. Wonder why that guy's not getting any sleep. Well, that's okay. It looks like we got a few extra guys in there. It's look at those guys are. It's funny how they just lay down anywhere, and sometimes you got a little glitch here where they're sleeping. But I mean, that's cool. That's not a problem. Very, very neat. So I'm not quite sure exactly how I want to get all that working, but it's looking really exciting now. So, guys, what do you think? Iron Farm is definitely shaping up. Yeah, so if I go ahead and follow the method to my madness there, then we'll have this like that. Yeah. Yes, I'm thinking this is going to be a really effective way to go ahead and set up a trading system. So, pretty excited about all this. And now the next step is start to collect some emeralds and get a whole bunch of paper and start to work out trades with our guys here. Because that's one of the things I am super excited about, is finding myself a mending villager. Yep, because honestly, you can't do it without mending. I mean, well, you can, but I mean, the thing is so good. So check it out, guys. We have layer 1 of the iron farm. This is supposed to produce about 500 iron an hour, and I'll tell you what, from what I've seen already, once I get rid of some of the extra stuff. Oh, hey, so it's daytime, right? So guess what? These guys are going to start waking up here in a second. And look, did you see all the iron golems that just spawned right there? Boom, boom, boom. All right up in there. That was like 4 of them at one shot. And as the gossips build up, that'll actually even increase. And that's just 1 day cycle. So now they're all working. They're getting gossiping. I'm sure we'll see guys like this start to get professions. And I think we're going to see some of the other professions start to pop in. Yeah, there we go. We're going to start seeing tool guys and everything. And boy, check it out. There go the iron golems. This has been probably the most successful iron farm I have ever built. And I'll tell you what, it's probably one of the easiest ones I've ever built as well. Back in 1.13 and 1.12, you know, I built several iron farms. You know, probably the easiest one is just the standard square one with the doors. And those work great. They're simple. It's a well-designed farm that's been a staple of Minecraft iron farming for just, I mean, gosh, since the first guy came up with it. Look at them. They're spawning all over the place. This is awesome. Okay. But unless you were just super masterful, like, you know, again, if you ever watched Tango Tech, he was the king of the high production iron farms. The Iron Titan, the Iron Phoenix. He had several different levels that he made. But I mean, those were, I'll be honest with you, they were complicated because you had to do everything in a certain progression, in a certain order. Otherwise, it just wasn't going to work because you had to trick the AI into putting villages exactly the way you wanted, depending on the doors and where the villagers were. And you had to have them facing certain directions, and then you had to have them placed one at a time. I mean, I'll tell you what, Tango Tech was a genius to figure that system out. But I wonder why these guys are angry. Well, anyways. And he had it figured out really quite well. But I'll tell you what, this thing is almost as good. As far as the production, this one is my highest production farm I've ever built, and it was easy to build. I mean, just absolutely easy to build. And I haven't even gone the full line as Hex Regulus designed it and everything. So, what do you guys think? I'm going to have to clear out all these guys down here because I know they're affecting my rates. Okay, and check this out. Just us standing up there, we gained another stack and almost a half there and another stack here. And that's just from me standing around, talking around, working up here. And boom, we have ourselves one heck of a really good working iron farm. So what do you think, guys? It's pretty awesome. Now, I want to build a really cool structure because this is our, because this right here is our factory, or should we say, yeah, our factory and our farm area. So I want ideas. What should I build? What type of building should I build around the iron farm? The iron farm is just producing crazy right now, and it's going to be in super great shape. So I'm up for ideas. So if you have any ideas, please leave in the comments. What type of building should we build? Or if you have an idea that you put together in creative and you want to throw it at me, that's great. I mean, we already got this stock house. We already got this smokestack / atrium build for the super smelter, and now what we need to do is we need to come up with something with the iron farm so it looks really nice in our factory / farm build area. So anyways, guys, I am going to let you guys go. Hope you guys had fun. We now have a working iron farm. I think the next project might have something to do with building a place out here, or Splinter's been bugging me about raiding an ocean monument, so I might just catch up with him and we might go do some ocean monument raiding on the next episode. So I hope you guys have a great day. This is Kimise. Bye-bye.